The world map in your classroom lied to you. And that's just the first of 15 geography facts so strange, they sound completely made up. There's a town built from millions of diamonds. 2 islands where you can stand today and look at tomorrow. And number 15? It's a place so remote that the nearest humans to it usually aren't even on Earth. Every single one of these is real, and every single one is verifiable. Let's go. Number 1. Africa is unbelievably, cartoonishly huge, and the map has been hiding it. On the classic classroom map, Greenland looks about the same size as Africa. In reality, Africa is 14 times bigger. You could take the United States, China, India, Japan, and most of Europe, pour them all into Africa's outline, and they would fit together at the same time. The projection that flattens our round planet onto a rectangle stretches everything near the poles and shrinks everything near the equator. So the biggest victim of the world map is the second biggest continent on it. Number 2. In the Bering Strait, between Alaska and Russia, sit 2 little islands called the Diomedes. They are less than 2.5 miles apart. You can see one from the other with your naked eye. But the international date line runs right between them, so their clocks are 21 hours apart. When it's Saturday afternoon on the American island, it's already Sunday on the Russian one. The locals call them Yesterday Island and Tomorrow Island. Stand on one shore, look across the water, and you are literally looking at tomorrow. Number 3. Canada has more lakes than the entire rest of the world combined. Not more than any other country, more than all of them put together. Nearly 900,000 lakes, over half of all the natural lakes on Earth, sit inside one single country. Some Canadian lakes have their own islands, and those islands have their own lakes, and at least one of those lakes has its own island again, an island in a lake, on an island in a lake, in a lake. Cartographers needed a lie down after that one. Number 4. Australia is wider than the moon. The moon's diameter is about 2,160 miles. Australia, coast to coast from east to west, stretches almost 2,500 miles. If you gently laid the moon on top of Australia, please don't, it would fit inside the country with room to spare on both sides. The moon looks enormous hanging in the night sky, and yet a single country down here outmeasures it. Of course, the moon is a sphere and has far more surface area, but width for width, Australia wins. Number 5. Which US state is closest to Africa? Florida feels right. Maybe the tip of North Carolina. It's Maine. The northeasternmost state in the country, famous for lobsters and lighthouses, is the closest American soil to the African continent. A little peninsula called Quadi Head sticks out toward Morocco, about 3,150 miles away. It beats Florida comfortably, because the Earth is a sphere and Africa's western bulge reaches much farther north than your mental map thinks it does. Globes don't lie. Flat maps do. Repeatedly. Number 6. Mount Everest is not the point on Earth closest to space. Our planet isn't a perfect sphere, it spins, and that spin makes it bulge at the equator like a squeezed stress ball. A volcano in Ecuador called Chimborazo sits almost exactly on that bulge. Measured from sea level, it's nowhere near Everest. But measured from the center of the Earth, Chimborazo's summit is more than a mile farther out than Everest's. So the climbers standing on the roof of the world are more than a mile closer to the Earth's core than a climber in Ecuador. Geometry is rude like that. Number 7. The Sahara, the largest hot desert on Earth, used to be green. 6,000 years ago it had lakes the size of countries, rivers, hippos, crocodiles, and people. We know because those people left paintings on rock walls deep in the desert, paintings of themselves swimming. Earth's axis wobbles on a roughly 20,000-year cycle, dragging the monsoon rains north and then south again. When the rains left, the grass died, the lakes evaporated, and the world's biggest desert was born, in what is, geologically, the blink of an eye. And here's the kicker, one day, the cycle will turn, and the Sahara will bloom again. Number 8. China is about as wide as the continental United States. The US slices that width into 4 time zones. China uses a single clock for 1.4 billion people, decided in 1949 to keep the whole country running on Beijing time. In the far west, the schedule and the sun no longer agree. The sun can peak in the sky at 3 in the afternoon, and in summer it can set close to midnight. And at China's short border with Afghanistan, the official time jumps 3.5 hours the moment you cross the line. It's the sharpest time jump of any land border on Earth. Number 9. The lowest place you can walk on Earth without a submarine is the shore of the Dead Sea, more than 1,400 feet below sea level, and dropping every year. The water is almost 10 times saltier than the ocean. So salty that no fish survive it, which is how it got its name. And so dense that your body simply refuses to sink. You don't swim in the Dead Sea, you sit on it, like a cork, and read a newspaper for the photo, because physics has made drowning genuinely difficult. Floating is not a skill there. It's mandatory. Number 10. There is a town in Germany built inside a meteor crater, and its walls are full of diamonds. 15 million years ago, an asteroid hit Bavaria so hard it created a crater 15 miles wide and fused the local rock under unimaginable pressure. Centuries ago, the people of Nordlingen quarried that strange, sparkly stone and built their church and their city walls from it. Nobody knew that the sparkle was 72,000 tons of microscopic diamonds baked into the rock by the impact. They are far too small to mine, too small to steal, and absolutely everywhere. The whole town literally glitters. Number 11. Alaska is the westernmost state in the USA. It is also the easternmost. That is not a typo. The Aleutian Islands stretch so far out into the Pacific that they cross the 180th meridian, the line where east officially becomes west. A handful of Alaskan islands sit on the far side of that line, technically in the eastern hemisphere. So Alaska manages to be the northernmost, westernmost, and easternmost state all at once, and there is no sensible way to draw it in a corner box on the map. Which, honestly, feels on brand for Alaska. Number 12. When you land at Amsterdam's main airport, you land below the surface of the sea. Schiphol sits about 14 feet under sea level, and it's not unusual there, because roughly a quarter of the entire Netherlands is below the waterline. The country exists because the Dutch spent 800 years building dikes, pumps, and windmills to physically push the North Sea back and drain the seabed into farmland. There's a saying, God created the world, but the Dutch created the Netherlands. It's half a joke, and hydrologically, more than half true. Number 13. There is exactly one major city on Earth that sits on 2 continents at once, Istanbul. One half in Europe, one half in Asia, split down the middle by the Bosphorus Strait. 16 million people live there, and hundreds of thousands of them commute between continents every single morning, by bridge, by tunnel, or by ferry with a cup of tea and simmet bread. Once a year the strait closes to ships, and thousands of swimmers race from Asia to Europe in open water. It's the only intercontinental swimming race on the planet, and the finishers get to say they swam to another continent before lunch. Number 14. The smallest country on Earth is the Vatican. You could fit it inside New York's Central Park almost 8 times, and its entire citizenry is around 800 people. Now zoom out to Mongolia, half a continent of steppe with only about 2 people per square kilometer, the emptiest country on the planet. Here's the scale of that emptiness. If the whole world were populated as sparsely as Mongolia, the entire human race would fit into an area smaller than half of Europe, and the rest of planet Earth would be completely, echoing, empty. And number 15. The one I promised you. In the South Pacific there's a spot called Point Nemo, the point in the ocean farthest from any land in any direction. The nearest coastline is over 1,600 miles away. It is so far from everyone that when the International Space Station passes overhead, at just 250 miles up, the astronauts inside are the closest human beings to it. And because nothing and no one is there, space agencies use it as a graveyard. More than 260 retired spacecraft, including the entire Mir space station, lie on the seabed at Point Nemo. The loneliest place on Earth is a cemetery for machines that once flew above it. 15 facts. A lying map, a town of diamonds, an island where it's already tomorrow, and a spacecraft graveyard visited only by astronauts overhead. Every one of them real, every one of them checkable, and every one of them proof that the weirdest planet we know of is the one we're standing on. This was Brain Bytes' first deep dive. If you made it this far, you're my favorite kind of person. So, which fact actually broke your brain? Drop its number in the comments. I read every single one, and I'm betting most of you say Tomorrow Island. If I'm wrong, prove it.